Hey guys, it's me, and today I am here with a new installment of Am I Gonna Buy This? A series in which I talk about the new makeup launches, announcements, and releases from the past month, and talk about whether or not I am interested in picking anything up. Am I gonna anti-haul them, or am I just gonna roast them? And I also occasionally touch on some beauty related news, which we do have a topic that I want to talk about very briefly in this video, but we'll get to that once we get things going today. Before we dive on into talking about everything that happened during the month of November, I do want to go ahead and give you guys a quick little heads up, and that is that you're actually going to be getting 2 installments of the series this month. You're getting this one that's happening now, and then either the last Saturday of December or on the 29th of December. It's one of those 2 days. I'm not sure which one it's going to be, and who knows, it might even be the last Sunday of December. I still haven't figured this out yet, but I am going to be ending Am I Gonna Buy This here on this channel. I mentioned that I was going to bring the series to a close in the Get Ready With Me that I posted last month. I don't want to post the next installment of this series in January. I'd rather just go ahead and end the series now in December, but I still want to touch on things that are going to be launching in December, but I have a very strong feeling there aren't going to be that many things I'm going to talk about for the December episode, which is why I'm still going to include it this month. And too, I know this episode is going to be very long because I actually filmed this video yesterday, and after I got through my intro and everything, or at least my attempts at making an intro, oh my god, I was a struggle bus yesterday. A series in which I talk about the new makeup releases, launchments? Wow. Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm here with a new video for you guys. Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm here with a new installment of Am I Gonna Buy This? A series in which I talk about the new makeup launchments announced. God damn it. Oh my god. Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm here with a new... Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm here with a new installment of Am I Gonna... Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm here with a new installment of Am I Gonna Buy This? A series in which I talk about the new makeup announcements, launches, and little bits of news every now and again. And god damn it, I'm forgetting my fucking intro to this video. God fucking damn it. But I'm refilming it today because the lighting was just really bad yesterday because the weather was really bad. Even with having this ring light here, it didn't really help out much at all. I mean, the lighting is still pretty bad right now, but the lighting is able to actually work today, whereas yesterday it was just, I didn't really like the lighting at all yesterday. But I was able to get through everything with it, including the 10 minutes that it took me to get through my intro. I got through everything in about 30 minutes. So I was able to get through this very, very quickly because honestly, there weren't that many things that I wanted to talk about in terms of makeup launches that happened during the month of November, because majority of the things that happened were holiday releases. And so we're going to be talking about the few holiday releases that I feel like talking about. And obviously there are probably a lot of other holiday releases that I missed, but I don't really like talking about holiday releases because most of them are really boring. And then too, a lot of brands put out massive collections for their holiday launches. Like for an example, look at Benefit, Too Faced, and Tarte. They have massive holiday selections this year. And then I think NYX, they also have a pretty big, I'm guessing it's a holiday launch. I don't really know if it's a holiday launch or not, but they have a big launch that they did, and honestly none of those launches really appealed to me. But I will go ahead and give you guys a heads up, there is a lot of ColourPop in this, so just be prepared for the ColourPop takeover that is this episode. Intro aside, it's time to go ahead and dive on into this, but before we do so, if you guys are new here to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, and also while you're down there, definitely give this video a thumbs up because it'll help me out a lot. All my links are down in the description box below, and yeah, let's do this. The first thing that we're going to be talking about is a story, a news thing that we're going to touch on first. Is the only news related thing that I have in this video, and that is that Tati Beauty has closed its doors. So for those of you who don't know, Tati Beauty is a makeup brand owned by Tati Westbrook here on YouTube. Now, she only released but 2 products within this brand, and those were the Blendful, and obviously we all know about the palette that she released, the Textured Neutrals Volume 1. Well, guess you don't really need to put the volume 1 in there because there's not going to be any more volumes to this palette. Now, I was always very curious about possibly picking up this palette, but at the same time, when it comes to me in neutral palettes, I tend to steer away from them because a lot of the times, like, I like to gravitate towards color. As you can see, like, this is a fairly neutral, like, colorful smoky eye that I got going on right now today, but I still like playing with more colorful looks and whatnot and just staying in that realm of things when it comes to makeup and everything. But I was always curious about trying out her brand though and trying out her palette, but since the brand is no longer going to be around, and the fact that she was always talking about how, like, there's gonna be like an update about Tati Beauty coming soon. I'm like, oh, is there gonna be like another launch, or is the brand actually closing down? Because it's just like, during her time away from YouTube and social media in general, I was hesitant to actually buy a palette because I wasn't even sure if the brand was still functioning during her time away from social media. So I didn't want to take the risk of it actually no longer being a thing during her time away from everything. And even with her coming back and her saying that she was going to have an update soon, I was hesitant to make a purchase because of the same thing. I wasn't sure if she was going to say that the brand is going out and whatnot, or if there's going to be something coming up. So I wanted to wait until there was a confirmation as to whether or not something was going to be happening and what was going to be happening. And now that we have that confirmation, it's a little bit more easing on my part because it's just like I didn't like give in and actually purchase something and realize, oh, I'm actually not going to get it. But at the same time, it's like, I didn't really need that palette to begin with. Even though I am very sad that Tati Beauty is closing, I mean, it's not like we're going to be missing out of any Tati within the future, and I'm sure she's probably going to be doing things with makeup in the future anyways, whether it be collaborations with brands, and who knows, she might decide to create a new brand. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so now it is time for me to scooch you on over and start talking about these new makeup launches. And the first one that we have here today is from Lunar Beauty, and that is the Outer Dimensions collection. So in here we have the Outer Dimension palette, we have the lip glosses and a liquid lipstick, and then we also have a brush set, and this is a face brush set. And I'll go ahead and tell you guys this. None of these items are really calling to me, although I am very curious and wanting to try out his brushes, and same thing goes for the glosses and the liquid lipstick formula as well. I am not really being called to any of these colors here, and I don't necessarily need the brushes just yet, so I'm not going to be reaching for the brushes anytime soon. Let me mute my phone real quick. But this palette here, this is not a type of palette that I would ever have in my collection. When it comes to face palettes, I don't like these big face palettes. I just don't like them because I'm not going to get any use out of majority of what is in the palette. And this is very much like a type of launch that a brand would put out during like holiday, because it's just like, God, this is going to sound terrible, but it's like a quick and easy way to like get something out there that can appeal to a large audience while having to put in minimum effort. Not saying that this didn't take a lot of effort to create, because I mean, bitch, when it comes to that terrifying ass like Fortitudo from Bayonetta looking ass palette packaging, you gotta put the time and effort into creating something that is that horrifying. But a highlight and contour palette just isn't my thing at all. Like, when it comes to me and like bronzer and everything, like the biggest face palette that I have is the Juvia's Place Bronzer Duo. And that's just a duo, and that's my biggest face palette. The next one that I have after that would probably be a tie between the Alchemist palette from KVD and the cheek quad that I have from ColourPop. But the thing is though, is that those products are way more concise and are easier to use and everything, and are more like user friendly than something like this. Because this is just really excessive. So yeah, it's not something for me, and I'm not going to be picking it up, but hey, some people might be interested in it. The next collection that we have is one of many ColourPop collections that we are going to be talking about today, and that is the new Mandalorian Collection. This is the second part of their collaboration with the Mandalorian, and in here we have the relaunch of the Child palette, which I already have. I got it earlier this year, but we also have a little hand mirror, a little makeup bag, which I really want that makeup bag. I rarely use makeup bags in general. Like, the only times I've ever used them, I think the only time I've ever used a makeup bag was when I did Shelby's makeup for her wedding, because I brought a bunch of makeup bags with me to like keep my makeup in and her makeup in and whatnot, to keep things like situated and organized and whatnot. But we also have a Luxe Lip Oil Duo for the Mandalorian, and we also have the eyeshadow palette, which I got. I'll go ahead and show you guys mine. So I got this guy from my local Ulta about a week ago, and I played with it yesterday. I'll put up a photo so you guys can see the look that I created using this palette, because I know like the light is gonna like wash things out a bit. I'm gonna dim down things a little bit. Maybe you can see, actually that's a little bit too dark. There we go. That's a little bit better. So here you guys can see like the colors pretty well and everything. It's going to be a bit washed out either which way, but these are the colors that are in this palette. It's a really beautiful and really grungy color story, and I really do love the color story in this palette, and I created a really cool look with it. It's just that the photos that I got with this camera here didn't really turn out that great, but the photo that I got with my phone, although it doesn't really show like the beauty and duochromeness that is Kalana 2, like it still like shows off like the makeup overall a lot better than what this camera did. But I am tempted to get the lip oils though, because I don't know, I've been really curious about trying out the lip oil formula from ColourPop. I just don't know if I'm actually gonna get it or not. I'm still torn on whether or not to get it. Next up we have a launch of a new brand, and that is REM Beauty, which is Ariana Grande's brand. And I must say, the only things that appeal to me in this entire launching of this brand are the lipsticks, because the packaging on them is so cute, because they have like the little space helmet peekaboo thing going on with them. I think that it's so stinking cute. But everything else that the brand has launched just aren't really doing it for me. They're not really types of products that I would go after. Do I think that is a really like solid like theme and everything that's going on with this brand? Absolutely. But do I need anything from this? Absolutely not. But I do really like the packaging on the lipsticks, because again, like I said, it's so cute. It is so cute. If I get anything from the brand, it's gonna be those lipsticks. Alright, so next up we got another launch from ColourPop, and that is the Roaring Hearts collection, and this is one of their mini holiday collections that they've put out, and this is a really pretty collection. It almost makes me think of like the Great Gatsby a little bit, just not as like art deco and everything, and not as gold, but it still has that like glitzy glamorous type of feel to it when it comes to the packaging. The products in here aren't really anything that I am going to go after, but it is really beautiful packaging though. I really love the packaging on the products here. We got another holiday collection from ColourPop, and this is their collaboration with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which this is so stinking cute. This is so stinking cute. I mean, as a kid growing up, I always loved watching like this film and everything with the stop motion animation and everything. It was just something that I loved watching as a kid. This collection is really cute. Am I going to get anything from it? Absolutely not. But it's so stinking cute. It is such a cute little collection. Next up we have the 11th monthly Birdstone palette from BH Cosmetics, and this is for Citrine, and honestly I really love the color story in this. It reminds me a lot of the Honey palette from ColourPop, but just like a bit more warm toned, if that makes any sense. It's almost as if like the Naked Honey and the Honey palette had a baby together, and it's a really good color story. Am I gonna get it though? No, because honestly the only palette that I would get from this collection would have been the June palette, the Pearl palette, but we all know how I felt about that palette. That palette pissed me the fuck off. I hate that palette with a burning passion brighter than 1,000 suns. Alrighty, so next up we have a launch from Melt Cosmetics, and I am not even going to try to pronounce the name of this collection, but I really do think that it's a pretty collection. I'm not going to get the eyeshadow palette because it just doesn't really do much for me, but I do love the packaging on it because I love the butterflies and everything. And the main products that I am curious about are the lipsticks, because I do like the Melt lipstick formula. Like, it's a nice formula. And these lipsticks just look so pretty. They're such pretty colors, and I love the embossing on them because, again, so beautiful. It is so beautiful and elegant, and I just love it so much. So next up we have another ColourPop collection, and this is something that ColourPop does every year for the holiday season, and that is their vaults collection. And these different vaults will have different products in them pertaining to like different lines within the brand. So we have the Lippy Pencil vault, Lippy Sticks vault. We got 2 different color sticks ones. We got one for cream gel liners, the Mega Mood Melts, the eyeshadow palette vaults, which we have one for the 5-pan palettes, and then we got one for the 4-pan palettes. We got Face Milk vault for 4-3 Beauty. We have a Lip Duo vault, which has lip balm and lip scrubs in them. And then there's also a Soul Body Polish and Cream Duo vaults as well. And yeah, there's a lot here. I mean, the photo that you guys are looking at here is just like to give you guys of just how chaotic these vault collections are. So I don't think I'm going to get any of these particular vaults, but they do exist. I'm going to have a look at them, see if there's maybe anything in them that I might want. I know when it comes to the quads, I don't know. I've tried one of the quads. I've tried the Sorbet quad, and honestly, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. Next up, we got a new launch from SheGlam, which is Shein's makeup brand. And this really has me intrigued. And this is their Horoscope Collection. So this is like their own little zodiac collection of eyeshadow palettes. And they are 8-pan palettes, all corresponding to each sign of the zodiac. And I'll tell you this, the Gifted Gemini palette looks so cool. It looks so cool because it's such an interesting and slightly chaotic color story, because it's like orange, greens, blues, and purples. It's such a strange color story, but I really like it. So I might actually get that particular palette. And they're $6 each, so I'm curious as to how big the palettes are actually gonna be, but I'm really tempted to get at least a Gemini palette. I already plan on getting my big 3 for the ColourPop Zodiac quads that they have out, so if I wind up liking this formula here from SheGlam, I might also wind up getting my big 3 through them. So yeah, I do plan on getting this Gemini palette. Just not sure when exactly. I mean, I got the money to get it now, but with it being the holiday season, I'm not entirely sure if I should go ahead and get it now or not. Alright, so next up we have a new collaboration with HipDot, and that is Rugrats, which I never saw this coming, but alright, go off, sis. And this little collection here is based off of the episode Rugrats Chanukah, which is their Hanukkah episode. And I vaguely remember this episode from watching Rugrats as a kid. But yeah, this is a really interesting little collection that they got here. You never see anything for like other religions during the holiday season from makeup brands besides Christmas. And so this is really fun and interesting to see coming from a makeup brand during the holiday season. And I must say, there's nothing in this that calls to me, but I'll say this though, you best believe the Chucky and Angelica face masks that they have available are going to look absolutely horrifying on people. Because I remember when they released the Patrick and SpongeBob ones that they did a few years ago. I think it was Patrick and SpongeBob. I know there was one for Patrick. I can't remember whom else they might have had one for, but I remember those were absolutely horrifying to look at on people. And then lastly, we have new additions to the Astrology line from ColourPop. And those are their Astrology Lip Glosses. So these are all shades corresponding to each sign of the zodiac. And again, I am tempted to get these because I have been wanting to experiment and try out glosses a bit more, because I only have but 2 gloss formulas. Well, technically 3, because I have the Wet Cherry glosses from Lime Crime, I have the Fenty Gloss Bomb, and then I have a Gloss Bomb Cream from Fenty as well. So technically I have 3 different gloss formulas, and I guess if you consider a lip oil a gloss formula, then I have 4, because I have the Cobb lip oil. And when it comes to like the glosses and everything, they're very neutral in tone for the most part, which is very intriguing to me, because I do prefer like more like neutral tone glosses anyways, because like the idea of having like a bright colorful gloss, in my opinion, just seems a bit much, but having something that's a bit more neutral in tone intrigues me a bit more, because I don't know, it just seems like it would be a lot easier to pull off a neutral tone gloss than a colored gloss. That being said, I wouldn't be opposed to trying out maybe like a black or red gloss at some point in time, but at the same time, I don't think they would necessarily be my thing. And that is it for this installment of Am I Gonna Buy This for the month of November. Like I mentioned, there weren't a whole lot of launches that I was interested in talking about, because I mean, for the most part, it was just brands releasing like boring holiday collections during the month of November and them getting ready for the holiday season. And then too, a lot of brands tend to slow down with their launches, besides ColourPop, during the months of November and especially December, because during this period of time they're mostly working on trying to like push out their holiday lines, and also they're starting to brainstorm what to do for their winter and especially their spring launches. Are you guys picking up anything that I talked about in this video? Have you picked up anything from this video? If so, what are your thoughts and opinions? Or have you anti-hauled and roasted anything? Let me know in the comments below, because I'd be very curious to know what you guys are thinking about these launches. And until I see you guys in my next video, whatever the hell that may be, goodbye.